Hey guys, welcome back or welcome if you are new around here. My name is Miranda, and on this channel I share everything personal finance. I cover budgeting, saving and investing. If these topics are of interest to you, then please hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and let's get into today's video. In today's video I will be talking about refunding my emergency fund. So if you've been around these parts, so since I started my channel last year in May or earlier than that, I can't even remember, I started working on funding my emergency fund back in May, between May and June actually, and I was able to accomplish that goal by October. I was able to save £10,000 by October of 2021. I was super duper happy about that, and I was like, yes, now I have a beefed up emergency fund. I put that money aside and I started focusing on other financial goals. Then I made a financial decision that would then impact my emergency fund, which meant I needed to use my emergency fund. I wasn't sure how much of my emergency fund I was going to use, but I knew I was going to use a big chunk of it. And this month, the month of July 2022, I finally was able to use that money. And now I'm going to start refunding my sinking fund. So I saved up £10,000. Actually, over the last couple of months, I've added money in, removed money out. So I had kept a good buffer sinking fund of about £12,000. Now, the financial decision that I made that impacted my sinking fund was buying another rental property. I'll do a separate video about that process and what is currently happening. But yes, because of buying my second rental property, I needed extra cash for closing costs, and I already knew where I was going to get that money, and for me it was going to be my sinking fund. So everybody chooses what they want to do with their sinking fund. Some people decide to put half of the money into stocks and shares. Some people prefer to keep all of it in cash. I chose to keep all of it in cash. So I kept all of it in cash. Then this financial opportunity came up because I'm trying to build my portfolio, property portfolio, and I was like, yes, I know exactly what I'm going to do and I'm going to use this money. So I didn't use all of it. I used 80% of it. So of the 10,000 that I'd saved, I used 8,000. And now I have £2,000 left in my emergency fund. Starting with the month of August, I'm going to focus on refunding my emergency fund. So every transfer Tuesday, starting with the first transfer Tuesday in the month of August, I'll be talking 90% of the time about my journey to refund my emergency fund back to £10,000. But saying that, I actually have a new goal now. Instead of £10,000, I would like to save £15,000. So £10,000 would be for all of my everyday emergencies, what have you, and then £5,000 will be for my rental properties, because I feel like that's a good amount to have as an emergency fund for my properties. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. So my goal in total will be £15,000. For my personal emergency fund, it will stay at £10,000. Then the other £5,000 will be for my rental properties. So how I am going to be refunding my emergency fund? Well, I'm going to utilize a lot of challenges, savings challenges, as well as just trying to be smarter with how I spend my money. So for example, my food budget has moved from being £200 even to £300, purely because the cost of everything has just gone up. And even though I'm not blowing that budget, I literally am feeling it. I just came from the shops and I literally picked up 4 or 5 items and it was already £20. I can't tell you looking at that stuff that this all costs £20. It doesn't look like it should cost me £20. It looks like it should cost me £10 or thereabouts, but it literally cost me £20. So I have to be smart about it. I'm going to be buying in bulk, meal planning. So things that I already do but I don't practice that often, I'm going to be doing them more often now. And I'm going to reduce my eating out budget, because even though I do order in and out, eat out, I actually could just eat at home. I always have food at home. I always meal prep, but there are times when you just like, do you know what? I just want to buy something. I just want to order in, and I do that. So my goal is to do only 2 takeaways a month. Normally I do takeaways when I'm like watching TV and they're eating a lot, and I'm just like, oh, I need to eat something, but I don't like what I'm eating at home, which it's because I like junk food. That's my problem. I like junk food. So we're going to try and work on that. And my health is something that I'm taking very seriously. So we're going to have to reduce my consumption of junk food. I don't eat it every day, but I at least have one type of junk food a week. So we are going to try and chop that down to just twice a month. So that is some of the ways that I'm going to be trying to save money. There are things that I have saved up already in bulk, saved up money for, so that I can pay annually. So if I had an emergency now, hopefully I don't. If I had an emergency now, that is the money that I'll probably pull from, but I would rather not have to pull from there. I would rather keep that money for the specific bills that I had saved up for. I have saved up for things like Christmas. I've saved up for my car insurance, which I pay annually for, and it's due in September. My car tax is due in November. I've got my MOT due in September. A lot of things are due in the coming months, but I have been saving up for them for the last 12 months or thereabouts. So I'm good in that category. So if, again, I hope nothing does come through, but if there was an emergency, I could pull from those sources. But yeah, so this is what I'm going to be working on, and you will see that for the rest of August that I will be focusing on refunding my emergency fund. And every single month I'm having a goal of sending at least £1,000 towards my emergency fund, as opposed to sending it to my investment. With my investment, I'll play it by ear, but I'll still invest. So yeah, thank you so much for watching my video. If you enjoyed it, if you did, please check out this video where I first discussed about emergency fund and if £50,000 is too much of an emergency fund to have. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.